I'm R.
And I'm R.
And we're R&R.
Hi!
So this week's theme was animals, and I think we both found this one a lot easier than before.
Yeah, I mean, I went with the jungle/zoo theme. I've always loved these animals, and I thought they would make a really cute nail art look. Also, most of these animals don't actually live together in real life, but I thought I could just bring them all together for a nail art.
And for my nails, I decided to do a turtle eating a jellyfish. So I wanted to bring a little fun fact to everyone. If you didn't already know, when jellyfish die, they float up to the top of the water, and then the turtles can go ahead and eat them.
Let's just get right into the video.
First, we're going to remove our old polish and then cover it up with a base coat. Next, I'll just be covering all my nails with a light blue. Once that's finished, we can get on to the actual background. So I'm going to be taking these two blue colors I have in my home, and I'm just going to be taking them on a brush and just making little lines across my nail with both colors, and then smudging that with a top coat. Then just doing the same thing for all your other nails. Once that's finished, we can get onto the turtle's body. What we're doing now is covering most of our pinky and ring finger with a green polish and making sure that the end of the green polish is curved. And at the end, I just curved the edge of the green. So here I'm working on the head, but I actually redid the head, so just ignore that for now. Now I'll be using this translucent brown, and I'm just going to be putting a light layer on top of the green. To make the turtle seem more realistic, I'm adding a bit of green polish on a napkin and dabbing it on my nails. Now I'm just going to be using a brown polish that I have with a brush and starting the pattern that is on a turtle's shell. I don't have much guidance here because the patterns are usually random, but I tried to do these weird shapes and just made sure that the green on the outside of them was a thin line. Now we are making the flipper. For the flipper, we are just going to be doing a rough leaf outline, but you should color it in green instead of brown. And once again, just continuing with the shell pattern from before with the brown polish. Then I used this oily polish to just lightly cover up the spots, as well as the flipper. Then I just did the same thing but on the background with this translucent pink color. You can see now the flipper is green, and we're just going to be repeating the pattern, but this time we're going to have smaller spots, and we are also going to be using our brush to draw an outline with the same brown, and then just repeating the same steps with the Orly and Sally Hansen polishes on the spots in the background. Now I'm finally going to fix the head. So once again, I'm just going to do another leaf-like shape. So that's going to be the top of the head, and then I'm going to do a little strike on the bottom for the bottom of its mouth. And then I'll be covering the green with the same L'Oreal nude color and filling in the mouth with that same polish. Using the same Orly polish from before, I'm just going to be adding a little bit of that red polish for the mouth, and then just cleaning up a little bit of my messes with some of the green with a brush. Here you can see I'm just drawing a little bit of an outline because I wanted to make the turtle's head bigger. For this, I just drew a straight line across the top of the turtle's head and just filled the rest of it in and redid the steps from before. Taking a little bit of black polish on my brush, I'm just going to be drawing a curved out diamond for the eye. Then I'm just going to tap around the eye a little bit with some black and brown polish so that it blends in more. And now I can just repeat all those little patterns I did on the other nails, and once again adding the Orly and then the light pink on top. Also, I just painted plain brown around the eye without drawing the pattern because that is very similar to a sea turtle's eye. So here I'm just extending the mouth a little bit and making it a little bigger. The turtle is now finished and we can move on to the jellyfish. Now I'm just going to be using this color as the base of my jellyfish. Just making 2 dots and connecting them in a bean shape. To add a little bit more color, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl polish and just mixing in a couple of little dots of this shimmery orange. To add a little more shine, I'll be adding on top this Sally Hansen polish. Using that orange, I'm going to draw a straight line down the middle of the bell, and then 2 other lines curving outwards on either side. Then I'm just going to be drawing a bunch of squiggly lines on my index and my thumb for its tentacles. I'm also going to be making its bell larger. So you can see a couple orange dots on the side of my nail. I just did that to make sure that they were in line with my index finger. And here I'm just drawing more squiggle lines with a darker orange. Once that's all finished, we can just go ahead and cover it with the Extreme Sally Hansen polish from before. And finally, the nails are done. I'm so glad that I was able to do these nails. I had a lot of fun making them, and I really loved the idea because I thought it was really cool, this fact. Anyways, I hope you guys liked it too, but let's just get into the next video.
Start off this look by painting all of your nails a dark green. For my look, I'm doing jungle animals, and in reality, these animals don't all live on the same continent even, but I thought they would make a really fun nail art look. Next, I'm taking this light green, yellow, and brown to put some texture into the background. Just put it onto a Q-tip. I know this kind of looks like earwax, I'm sorry. And then I just sponged it onto all of my nails. I did this with all 3 colors and it made it look more like the actual outdoors instead of just a plain green background. Next, take a pink nail polish and do a little stroke at the bottom of your nail. Next, I'm taking this brush and going from the right side and making a line that goes up and then loops back down. If your nail polish is not bright enough, you can do a coat of white underneath and then do a coat of pink. I noticed that it wasn't bright enough after, so I just took white and then I put pink over it. Next, I took a brush dipped into yellow and made a little tiny line at the end of the big pink swirly line to make the beak of the flamingo. Then I took a dotting tool dipped into white and made 1 white dot for the eye and then 1 black dot for the pupil. Next, I'm skipping over to the middle finger and making a semicircle using my brush at the bottom of my nail. And this nail is going to be a tiger. While that dries, I went over and started on the zebra. And for this one, you're going to want to make almost a semi-oval, if that's a thing. You just want the white to go further up the nail than it did for the tiger, to make more of an oval shape than a circle. Next, we're jumping back to the middle finger, and we're making 2 little dots using the dotting tool to make the ears of the tiger. Now I'm going in with a dotting tool dipped into black to make the nose. Just make a dot right above the edge of the nail. Then using the same dotting tool, make 2 side-by-side dots to represent the eyes. Then I took a smaller dotting tool and made a little line dragging out from his nose to represent his little snout. Next, using a brush dipped into black, I'm making long triangles sticking out of the sides of his head to make the stripes. I also did the same thing sticking out of the top of his head, but make sure to not touch the eyes with these ones. Next, just do a small pink dot on both ears. Next, we're going back to the zebra, and I'm making 2 triangular shapes using my dotting tool. Then fill in both ears using pink. Next, I'm going to be making the zebra's mane, which kind of just looks like a scruff of black on the top of his head. I just made a few little black lines side by side and made some of them stick out more or less than the others. Now I'm using some gray polish to make the muzzle of the zebra. Just make a little rounded shape at the bottom of the nail. I then took a dotting tool with black nail polish to make 2 dots for the eyes. Then I took the same dotting tool and made 2 dots on its muzzle to make the nostrils. Now I'm starting to make the stripes on the zebra. To do this, I just did the exact same technique I used for the tiger. Now on the thumb, I'm making a snake. I started off by taking a nail polish brush dipped into white and making a squiggly line on the thumb. I used white because it'll allow the snake to pop out more on the dark background. I then traced over it with my orange nail polish with the brush. After that, I started to put pink stripes on the snake to make it look more like, well, a snake. And then I added a black dot for an eye, and then a few yellow stripes. I then traced it over with a Sharpie because I find it easier to control than a nail polish brush for certain details. It also allows the snake to pop out of the nail a little bit more. Moving on to the hippo. I'm starting off with a small semicircle at the bottom of the nail and then making one big brush stroke sticking out from that. You may have noticed before that I had something different on my ring finger, and I decided to scrap the idea of doing a monkey because it just blended into the background too much and I preferred using a more vibrant color on top of the dark green. You're also going to want to add 2 little ears sticking out of either side of the head using the brush. Add 2 eyes using a black dotting tool, and fill in the ears using pink. Now I'm just tracing the hippo using a dark blue. And I'm also making sure that the nose area is separated from the rest of the head. The final step is to add 2 blue dots to make the nostrils. And that is the final look. I hope you guys all like it and maybe even try it out for yourselves.
Alright guys, that was the video. We hope you all liked it.
Overall, this was a really cute theme and we had a lot of fun with it. If you guys want to participate in these challenges, you can check out Simply NAILOGICAL's Holo Taco Instagram and it'll be in the link below.
Now don't forget to
stay cool and safe.